Hi, I am Madhurima Datta, a biology and zoology educational content creators. Today's content for B.SC Zoology Honours, M.Sc Zoology Honours, CUET UG and PG Life Science exam, and topic is systematics and species. It is the paper 1 non-chordates and the unit 1 introduction to invertebrates. What is systematics? In biological, systematics is the study of the diversification of living forms, both past and present, and the relationship among living things through time. The term systematics is derived from the Latinized Greek word that is systema means together. The term systematics partly overlaps with taxonomy and originally used to describe the system of classification prescribed by early biologists. Next, application of systematics. Systematics is the study of diversity of organisms, including past and present relationship among living things. Relationships are established by making cladogram, phylogenetic trees, and phylogenies. The phylogeny is the evolutionary history of an animal or plant for a taxonomic group. Next, phylogenies include two parts. The first part shows the group relationship and the second part indicates the amount of evolution. Phylogenetic trees of species and higher taxa are established by morphological, physiological, and molecular characteristics and the distribution of the animals and their ancestors to geography. In this way, the systematics is used to understand the evolutionary history of the species. Next, what is species? The term species has been undefined initially for more than 3 centuries. The term species is a Latin for kinds, since ancient time naturalists and philosophers felt the necessary for certain basic units according to which the existing biodiversity on Earth may be elaborated and quantified. A species is the basic unit of biological classification, defining a group of organisms that share similar characteristics, can interbreed and produce fertile offspring. It is the most specific level in taxonomy, falling under a genus. Next, species concepts. There are many various species concepts. At first, typological species concept. Define species by reproductive isolation where members can mate and produce fertile offspring but not with other groups. Next, morphological species concept classifies organisms based on distinct physical traits commonly used by taxonomists and for fossils. Next, evolutionary species concept defines a species as a single lineage of ancestor descendant populations that maintain its identity over time. Next, ecological species concept defines a species by its niche, representing organism adapted to a specific set of resources and environment. Next, dynamic species concepts. Current disagreement concerning concept of species should not be considered discouraging it of scientific investigators enter a phase of dynamic growth and old concepts of revoluted are replaced with the newer and more progressive ones. Next, I will discussion about type concept. What is the type concept? In biological nomenclature, the principle of typification is one of the guideline principles. According to the Nomenclature Code of Zoological Nomenclature, a type is a particular specimen of an organism to which the scientific name of that organism is formally attached. In other words, a type is an example that serves to anchor or centralize the defining features of that particular taxon. Various kinds of types. In Article 9 of its rule book, the ISN has provided a listing of the various kinds of type. These are holotype, a single physical example or illustration of an organism used to formally describe a species, a name bearing, that is the onomatophore, the primary type. For example, the holotype for the butterfly is Lycites Idas longinus is a preserved specimen of that species, held by the Museum of Comparative Zoology at Harvard University. Next, Isotype. An isotype is a duplicate of the holotype and is often made for plants, where holotype and isotypes are often pieces from the same individual plant or samples from the same gathering. Next, syntype. Any of two or more specimens listed in a species description where a holotype designated term no longer in use. Next is the paratype. Any additional specimen other than the holotype listed in the type series where the original description designated a holotype. Neotype, a specimen later selected to serve as the single type specimen when an original holotype has been lost or destroyed or never designated. Next, lectotype. A specimen later selected to serve as the single type specimen for species originally described from a set of syntype. Next, paralectotype. Any additional specimen from among a set of syntypes after a lectotype has been designated from among them. These are not name-bearing types. Today's topic has ended. Next day we will discuss about the cladogenesis and types of the species. So, good night everyone.